Welcome back to the Pirtek Park here for the Bengalla clash between the Singleton Greyhounds and the Denman Devils, boys. Great to go behind the scenes, but Bengo, you're in the chair, mate. I'll hand it over to you and we'll go through the sides. Singleton with Bradley Schultz to start with, and then yourself with Denman.
You're going to go first? I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Right,
that's why I did it to him.
Right, our fullback number 20 is wearing today Mark Footy, late call-up. Number 2, our wingers are Morgan Ebony and Ethan Coe. Centres are Luke Gardner, Will Newinghouse. Our halves will be Brody Rinkin and Jordan Watson. Our front rows is Frank Paul, Jay Ferry. Our hookers Tommy Johnson. Back rows is Ethan Edwards, Mick Rinkin. Our lock will be Dale Watts today. On the bench is Cody Argent, Jake Willis, Nelson and Zach Solomon.
I don't know what that was, Reggie.
I'm just checking to see if the referee's actually got his mic on.
I think he has, mate, and that's what that little bit of interference was, so our apologies. The fullback for Denman is Zach Webb, but we are yet to know who number 2 is, Reggie, who's going to be playing on the wing. So
I'm led to believe it could be
Adam Hamilton is number 2, Reynard Ladigan is number 3, number 4 is, that'll be good. We may not have a number 4 out there, boys.
Yeah, there's 4 out there. I'm not sure it is, though.
I'm just looking right now. That could be Lachlan Barry.
Anyway, we'll work it out. Number 6 is Jacob Ellis. 5 is Logan Ellis. 6 is Jacob Ellis. 7, Lukey Rees. 8, Josh Scrimger. Adam Gretsch, number 9. Andrew Pritchard's the front rower. Tommy Mann and Isaac McCormick are the second rowers. Brady Benkovic is the lock, number 13. Dan Rees, 14. Geordie Mulheron is 15. Nathan Barry is 16. And Carl Bowd is number 17. So this should be a great clash. Fortnight ago out at Denman, it was both the reserve grade and A grade. Matty and Schultze were called off, unfortunately. Really terrible night of rugby league for those guys that went down injured that night. And just bear with me, Reggie. I do want to say, just before we get to kick off, a bit of a call out to Peter Jeffries and his family. Peter passed away. He was a long time Muswellbrook Ram in the early 80s and late 70s, I believe. Champion bloke, and his passing last Saturday will all our best wishes go to Annette and the family, mate. And
I totally agree.
It was a real big shock, and unfortunately for Peter. So and all his friends, we wish that family all the very best. The kick-off has happened here, and as we are looking at the fields, Denman are running right to left, and Singleton have got the ball, and Nick Martin has called a strip in that. It'd be great to see Jesse Rudder on the couch, boys, on Wednesday night, because I still want to get the definition of a loose carry and a strip. No one has answered that for about 3 years.
No one can answer it.
No, I know, Schultze. It's an absolute disgrace. It's the one inconsistency in our game that is embarrassing. Nevertheless, Singleton, they're going to have a tap restart here, just shy of halfway, and Lukey Gardner gives the ball off to Brody Rinkin, and Michael Rinkin, I should say. Yep. Michael Rinkin, very hard runner. Tommy Johnson at dummy half gets it on to Frank Paul, and Frank
That's what we want to see, Denko, straight up there.
Charges forward, and he's tackled on the Denman 40. Really good set here for the Singleton Greyhounds. There is number 7, Geordie Watson, and Watson goes across field, and he picks up, couldn't see that number, fellas. Ethan Edwards. Ethan Edwards is tackled 30 metres out, 15 in from touch. He's the big fellow there, Jay Ferry. Joe Ferry has charged forward. He's only about 22 metres out from the Denman line. Tommy Johnson, very dangerous from dummy half. They've got to watch him. He scoots forward. It's the last tackle. They're 10 out. Frank Paul at dummy half onto Geordie Watson. Geordie Watson looks to kick it. He does in the end goal, but Zachy Webb, they might have a repeat set here because he did catch it with 1 foot over the line, so that he got dragged back in as he caught it, but it was a good take and good cover there by Zachy Webb.
There's a good set from Singleton that time. We went forward for our first time for the year, I reckon.
Like we said in the pre-game there, Schultze, Frank going forward, you had Jay Ferry going forward, Tommy Johnson jumping. There's 35 metres straight up just from those 3 runs.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, totally agree.
And I heard you guys talking about Tommy Johnson's his role at hooker. He's very dangerous. Doesn't matter where he is. Here's Frank Paul with the line drop out. Frank Paul charges into Benkovic and Gretsch, and he's still good run by Frank Paul. He's tackled 28 metres out centre field. He's Morgan Emity. I think that's it. Morgan Emity. No.
That's young Fogarty.
Fogarty, that's Foggo at fullback. Here's Tommy Johnson, dangerous as always at dummy half. He makes 15 metres. They're 8 metres out from the Denman line. Gretchy's doing his best to slow the play, the ball down. Frank Paul at dummy half. Ball goes out to Dale Watson. Dale Watson only a couple of metres out, tries to unload it. Good tackle around the legs by Scrimger. Tommy Johnson at dummy half. Short pass to Frank Paul. He goes forward and he's hit, unloads. Gets it on to Brodie Rinkin, and Brodie Rinkin gets the ball. He's dragged down. It's the last tackle, 2 metres out. Tommy Johnson is very dangerous from this far out. Long pass out to further on to Will Newhouse. This guy is the guy you've got to wrap up very, very quickly, and it's the last tackle. Didn't amount to much that set, mate.
No, a solid set though, Benko. Back in that corner. Look, we've given the ball back in the corner. It'll take us four tackles to get position if we're quick enough off the line. Yeah. If we do this smart, 4 tackles it'll take him before Denman get any sort of field position. Yeah.
Good run by Benkovic. He gets up to about 18 metres out from his own line. Great tackle by TJ and Dale Watson. Big ball goes on to Adam Hamilton. Customary role, one of the first two. He's very similar. The way he takes that ball to Hamish Wolfgang from Aberdeen, always takes the pressure off the forwards. His big Isaac McCormick runs forward and he's good tackle around the legs there by Ethan Edwards. 40 out from their own line, the Denman Devils. Here's Luke Ruiz, bit of a shaky pass and an ordinary kick, to be quite honest. It goes deep down into Foggo, and Foggo gets the ball, Mark Fogarty that is. And he's tackled about 25 metres out from his own line. Ethan Coe gets the ball, shoots across. He got some speed, young Coe.
Sideways, huh?
Yeah, but he shrugged off a would-be tackler there, which is...
Oh, no. Yeah, that's young Morgs, is it?
I think it is young
Morgs.
Bad luck, mate.
Have we got to the bottom of who number 4 is, fellas? For
Dan Reese, mate.
Is it? Oh, that's Dan.
Dan Reese. I'm pretty sure that's Piggy's build.
Yeah, it is. Both boys are back. Luke played a fortnight ago, Matty, and but both boys went on a
Dan Reese is
long
normally
trip over to the US.
Yeah, well, Dan's normally a back rower.
Yeah, he is.
A back rower, front rower. He's pushed him out the centres, but I'd say he's trimmed right down and he looks good.
Yeah, he trimmed right down from where he was last at Singleton.
Absolutely, Schulte, yeah.
Here's the ball out of the scrum base, 40 out from the Singleton line from Lukey Ruiz, gives it on to Webby, and Webby gets the ball. He's tackled about 38 metres out from the Singleton line, centre field. Short pass from Gretsch onto Andrew Pritchard, and Pritchard's taken down 30 metres out. Options left and right for Denman. They come to the left. Jacob Ellis shows it under. No, he gives a cut-out pass to Reynard Ladigan, and Reynard Ladigan takes on Luke Gardner, and well tackled by the big fella. Captain Lukey Gardner, he's 15 metres out, 10 in from touch. Ellis at dummy half. That's Jacob, that is, and Tommy Mann gets the ball, first receiver. This one-up stuff, I'd still like to see them spread a little bit.
We're in good ball, Benko. Why aren't we using it?
I don't know. Can't answer that, Matty. Here's the ball. Here goes to Benkovic. Long pass from Gretsch from dummy half onto Luke Ruiz. Short pass onto Isaac McCormick. He goes forward, but he's well held by Jordan Watson there. About 8 metres out. It's the last. They need a repeat set here, Denman. Gretsch goes from dummy half, gets it onto Luke Ruiz. They run into each other. Lukey Ruiz, that comes to nothing. No, he does. He gets the ball away to Gretchy, and Gretchy, little dribble kick through at best.
A dribble.
But the Singleton guys cleaned that up there.
Okay.
I was a bit concerned with Lukey Gardner at the centres and was saying how big he is. I thought he was going to get done then, but he covered well.
Covered well, mate, yep. Coming in for a look there, Lukey now.
I still would have liked to have seen a better option there at the last tackle.
I think so too. Benko, both Singleton and Denman last option have been poor for the last two. Who's that young Will Newhouse? He's tackled centre field about 30 metres out for Singleton.
A fortnight ago, Matty and Brad, is Will Newhouse made mincemeat of poor old Hamo out wide. He was marking on Adam out wide. Is that a one-on-one strip from Benkovic on Lukey Gardner?
It is, yeah, you've got it.
Well done there. He's 40 metres out from the Singleton line.
Prominent in the game this year, Benko.
He's done well. Here's Reynard Ladigan, and Reynard Ladigan gets the ball and he's skull dragged to the ground by TJ. 38 metres out, no ground made. They went sideways. Jacob Ellis at dummy half. He gives a short pass, one up again, out to Joshy Scrimger. Bit of a ordinary tackle by Ethan Edwards, but no damage done. He's Isaac McCormick, really flat Isaac McCormick. That's too flat. They need a kick on there.
Also, that was a good tackle.
Have a look at our shape there.
I was a little bit worried about the horizontal.
Yeah.
Here's Webby off Jacob Ellis. There's a wrap around back to Jacob Ellis. He's got some speed. They can't let him move because he carved him a fortnight ago. He's the last tackle, 22 metres out from the Singleton line. Reynard Ladigan at dummy half onto Lukey Ruiz. Long long bomb out wide. It's Morgan Emity under it, who's with Adam Hamilton, and Hamo comes up with a knock-on. So the first knock-on will go against Denman. So it'll be a handover to the Singleton side, 10 out from their own line, fellas.
Mate, put some really poor last tackle options, Silsey. I know I spoke of Singleton getting caught in that corner over there. It's the best out of a bad situation. Two last tackle options there from Denman really didn't pull the chocolates.
Yeah, I thought that last kick was a lot better for them, but
Definitely better.
Lead-up play was no good.
Absolutely.
Here's young Morgan Emity taking the ball out from his own red zone, and he runs straight for the arms of Pritchard, and Pritchard, he gets up, take good quick play the ball, TJ dummy half onto, is that big Dalo Watson? Watto takes the ball, he's 35 metres out, 20 in from touch. Jono at dummy half gives the ball onto Jordan Watson, no look pass onto Rinkin. Rinkin's tackled, he's just on halfway. Jacob Ellis was the man there. Jono gets the ball onto Frank Paul. Frank Paul, long pass out onto Jay Ferry, is it?
Yep. Yeah, Jay Ferry, mate,
always puts the first player, and he's tackled 40 out. It's the last tackle. Denman are all offside out here on this left-hand defence. Ball goes through Jordan.
What's it?
Brody Rinkin. Well tackled by Logan Ellis. What was that for?
Offside.
Okay.
Gee, I think that's a tough call. We'll have to look at that on the replay. That was a tough call here.
I thought they were a mile offside in the last play, and yet he's called
up. Look, I'd have to replay that one, Schultze, but tough call either way. Look, the best I've seen Frank Paul look today, fellas. He's keen. He's on the footy. He's touched the ball like 7 times in the last. You've called him, Becca.
He's run forward too.
He's playing that little pivot role, and
yes,
I do like it.
Absolutely.
Spreads the defence out early. Here's the tap restart, 40 out from their own line. Denman, he gives from Gretsch onto Webby, and Webby makes a couple of metres there. And that was young Brody Rinkin, the number 1. I had to get my head around that. Here's Lukey Gardner going in.
Nice tackle. Fraction high.
I swear to God, Andrew Pritchard sometimes runs with a target on his back. Scone never miss him. But anyway, here they are, Denman up to halfway. They're gone over halfway, and that's Joshy Scrimger. Richard dummy half. Options down the right-hand side. Short pass on to Luke Ruiz, and Luke Ruiz gets up over the 40. He's belted down to the ground there, 38 metres out from the Singleton line. Richard dummy half. Short pass on to Benkovic, and Benkovic gets the ball. He goes forward, hitting a good tackle there by Ethan Edwards.
Last tackle option, okay.
Here's the last one, Luke Ruiz, little grubber kick. He's going to put it down low. The fullback's coming across, and that's Foggo. He knocked that on.
No, I thought
close, boys.
I thought he just got it.
Anyway, they're 2 metres out.
He's on the spot.
Offside. Holding. No, holding down. I thought he got up and played it pretty quick.
I thought he'd done pretty well.
I don't know where Nick Martin's pulled that from.
I'm unsure, mate. Certainly a let off for Singleton.
That was a better play too for Denman down that side.
Absolutely, great option there. Nice little kick through. Good chasers, Schultze. Last time, just Hamo was the only chaser. That time there was 4 Denman guys straight on top of Foggo, and he just cleaned it up.
It was a good breather for the Singleton boys.
Absolutely.
Jordan Watson kicks out for touch. Tap restart. Will Newhouse gives it on to Ethan Edwards, and Ethan Edwards drives it forward. He's just out onto his own 30, which is a really good effort there. 10 in from touch. TJ at dummy half onto hard running Frank Paul. Good one-on-one tackle front up with the young fella Benkovic. Pritchard in there to help. Here's Morgan Emity. Morgan Emity darts that from dummy half.
Good quick set.
Is that it? He's dropped it? No, he's pulled strip. That was a dead set strip. He's pulled it down, Josh.
Good quick set though.
Yep.
Frank's hit up. Good quick play of the ball. Morgan scooted. Good quick play of the ball, and then good run. An easy 20 metres, guys. It's just basic sort of football. That ruck is so pivotal in going forward.
Denman keep inviting this pressure on themselves.
They do, don't they?
It's not something we'll give here in a minute. I can give you the tip. Jordan Watson kicks for touch, and the tap restart by Will Newhouse is going to be about 26 metres out from the 36 metres
Give
out
or take
from the
a metre.
line. Here's Ethan Edwards. He passes it on to him, and then Dan Roos is out there, and he takes him one-on-one. Good strong tackle, 25 out, 10 in from touch from the Denman line. Here's big Jay Ferry, and Ferry goes forward. He struts off Adam Gretsch, who went up too high, and he stepped out of Josh Scrimger, and he's tackled 10 out. Good run from Ferry. Goes down the left-hand side. Jordan Watson cut out pass onto Will Newhouse. No look pass. That went forward.
I called it before the referee.
Good call, boys.
I think it was, but
it was slightly forward.
Not a bad option there from Singleton to finish off. They pushing back into that corner, and the hands were there. Good defence from
I was about to say,
Denman.
Denman's defending well.
Really good.
We're running with purpose at the moment, so it's really good defence from Denman.
It was a good run by Joe Ferry.
Absolutely, and that's the
Struck
spot
off two would-be turnstiles.
we've missed him in quite a few hit-ups there, Benko, early in the year, Joe Ferry, and he's back, looks like, and again,
He's a big boy.
they've got the message, go forward or get off.
That's it. Well, what more can you want as a coach?
Straight up to it.
Here's Hamilton. He gets the ball and he's monstered by three Singleton defenders, and he gets out to about his own 10-metre line. No ground made there. Here's Benkovic. Benkovic goes forward and he's hitting a good tackle. He makes a good 8 metres. Centre field. Still 18 metres out from their own line. Good tackle by Michael Rinken there. Ball goes to Andrew Pritchard, and Pritchard's tackled 25 metres out from his own line. They need a few more runners here. Here's Benkovic, his second hit up in this set. He goes forward, good run from the young fella. He's hit over the top by, who's that, number 1? Brody Rinken.
Brody Rinken, yeah, straight over the top of the other Rinken, Mick Rinken, which is different.
Ellis, little short kick. I don't know if that was a good kick there, but he got it raked out. Is that knock on from Denman's side?
Knock back.
No, I think he was calling it knock on by, no, he did call it knock back.
Knock back from Rinken, yeah.
I thought it came off Jacob Ellis.
I thought so too, Benko.
Either way, they've still got the ball Singleton. They're right on the halfway line. And here's Will. This guy is absolutely deadly, and he goes through one would-be turnstile, Isaac McCormick, and he comes back again. Is there a right way to tackle Will Newell?
I don't know.
Let's be fair dinkum.
Well, is there a right way to say his name?
No. Great pass. Frank Paul gets on to Brody Rinken on the out there. Ball down Thomas Johnson, and he did. That's a 4-pointer, fellas. Oh, Frank Paul, short pass.
Fatso Rinken, what are you doing, son?
Frankie Paul. Who's that? Who's got who out? Frank Paul's in there.
Was it Young Beg?
And Adam Hamilton. Frank Paul's in there against Adam Hamilton there at the moment, boys. There's a little bit of a push and shove. Lukey Gardner came in. Initially, let's call it from the go. Frank Paul gave a beautiful pass on to Brody Rinken from about 25 out. He made the gap and then he threw, and then he put a little chip through from about 10 metres. And the only person that was running was TJ. And Benkovic was in hot pursuit, but TJ just outgunned him there and got the ball down. And from that, there was a melee.
I don't need no numbers. Right. I've seen exactly what's happened to our fellow. I want to give it a try. Yeah, we don't need your boys coming in. Tom was the first one over, push his head straight back in. We didn't let him off, they just walked away. Then he's walked back in. You two got to walk back in. That's what Star sings. Adam! No, it's Adam Gretsch.
It's very loud.
Turn him down a bit.
Thank you.
Okay, we're nearly chasing a professional foul from a 13, did pushing them back. We've gone through, played the try. Now, I understand that Singleton come over first, but your boys coming on top. Want any more of that? That's going to... I understand, but I want you to go back so that your team doesn't get no people coming in. That's what it is. No, that's not what it is.
What he's saying,
not this time, not after that.
I'd rather him walk back in than run back in.
Yeah, true enough.
What he's saying is that he said the young fella Brady Benkovic, number 13, pushed Tommy Johnson in the back.
In the back.
In the lead up to it.
In the lead up to it. I thought it was just 2-on-2, and Tommy
looked like it from here, Benko.
Tommy Johnson just had a little bit too much speed there, and he got it down. But
after it, see, TJ's got up and he's giving him a little bit of a pat on the head and said thanks very much, whatever it was. They've walked away.
The two of them know each other
absolutely
well, mate. They're good mates.
It's the second people in that looks like they've caused a bit of a to and fro on. So the two people involved in it sort of really didn't care less.
The bottom line, Matty, and Chelsea is 4-0, and my mail is on Will Newhouse not missing this.
You're right. The lead up to the try, Benko, was fantastic. A nice little hole from Brody Rinken.
Yeah.
A nice smart kick across for Tommy Johnson. Will Newhouse just ready to kick.
20 in from touch, 15 out.
Yep. What are you going to put the mock on? I'm going to go yes.
No chance, mate. He's got that.
He slotted that through for a 6-0, 25 minutes to go.
Well, that defence in and around the back of the ruck there on their main defenders is really poor there. Frank Paul made mincemeat. He picked a great line from Brody Rinken, who ran it superbly.
Yep.
And he had no option but to put the kick forward, Chelsea, and good chase by TJ.
I'll go back too, because Frank's running straight and running hard. That brings him in. Now he can offload. That's what we want him to do all year.
Absolutely.
Here's Hamilton with the kick, the restart. It goes right down and gets it onto Frankie Paul. And Frank Paul goes forward and he's hitting a good tackle around the legs by Reynard Laddigan. Tommy man over the top. He's Michael Rinkin, and Rinkin gets the ball. Good run from him. He's tackled 25 out from his own line. Scrimger around the legs.
Mousetrap.
Mousetrap there.
Oh, come on, boys.
5 metres. Made Ethan Coe was a recipient. TJ with the ball onto Dale Watson, and Watson goes forward, hitting a good tackle just shy of halfway. Benkovic and Isaac McCormick. TJ down the left-hand side onto Jordan Watson, over to Will Newenhouse. Will Newenhouse gives the ball onto Morgan Emity. I don't know what Denman were doing. They were standing there like statues watching that.
Same wing though, Benko. Same spot, same wing, yeah.
No question.
Caught short again.
It's the last tackle. Singleton have got the ball. They're about 34 metres out. Here's the ball onto Jordan Watson. Everyone is onside there. I can give you the tip. Zach Webb is under this, about 12 out from his own line. Great take by Webby, and he's hitting a good tackle by Will Newenhouse there. 12 out from his own line. Here's Adam Hamilton with the ball. Good go forward from Hamo. He gets out to his own 30, and Frank Paul came in too late.
Lost that.
Spuds.
He did.
Like a sack of spuds,
He knew it.
Yep.
It was a great run. That's what I said the other day earlier. How he's off the wing, he can come in and do that hard yards.
Yeah.
But he just got a bit too quick and a bit too keen to play it.
I'm with you, Schultz, and that's the stuff that the forwards need. Your front rows that are doing the hard yards in the middle third, he's big enough for 3 of them,
for sure.
and certainly take those runs on. That's a smart play, yeah?
Yep.
You get a few more minutes out of your front rows, your back rows. Good play.
Again, they've invited pressure. Denman.
Absolutely. Same thing, Benko. You said it earlier.
Here's Jordan Watson feeding the scrum. They're 30 out directly in the centre of the field.
TJ
on the attack, real
Interesting.
big deep line out to the right-hand side here. They're going to test the Denman defence. TJ from the scrum base. Cameron Smith at lock gets the ball, throws it on to Mark Fogarty. Goes back into dummy half. They're 25 out. TJ goes from dummy half himself in one of his really favourable dummy half runs. His Brody Rinkin gets a wide ball onto Dale Watson. He runs straight into Isaac McCormick. They're about 12 metres out from the Denman line.
So you'll come right here to Frank. Frank
going down that short side. Jordan Watson inside ball to Will Newenhouse. He comes back in behind the ruck. He's beaten one, two. Last ditch tackle there. Only saved the tackle. Benkovic gives it on to Frank Paul. Short pass. No, he doesn't. He goes over the top. No, he's fumbled that goal as a spot. Has he? Did he call the first forward pass? But I think no, he hasn't. He's saying that went backwards. And Logan Ellis tried to tiptoe down the sideline and retrieve that, and unfortunately had about 2 millimetres to work with Logan, and it was never going to come off there. So it is a Singleton scrum.
It is too. He's given it to Singleton. Wow. Big call, Benko.
Great tackle, and I've got to say, great tackle from the young fella on the Singleton player, only a millimetre out.
Absolutely.
I would have liked to have seen Frank just charge it a lot close.
I think Frank would have scored himself there.
I know we had an overlap, but ended up getting ballsed up.
Yeah, that could have went through the hands too, Schultz, without the cut-out pass.
The ball moved just TJ dummy half, boys. He's on to Jordan Watson. Short pass onto Fogarty, and Fogarty's still going in the tackle brought down by Webby. He's hurting that tackle, Foggo.
Achilles.
Don't say that.
What sort of mock are you?
Oh, come on.
Fair dinkum.
He's on the whistle.
I wish he was quick because we had an overlap to the left.
He's up anyway, which is a good sign.
Good on you, folks.
What are they? They're 5 metres out from the Denman line, and they're directly under the posts. Luke Safe guy's out there giving him the magic water. TJ's at dummy half. Frank Paul. This ball's going to go to Frank Paul here, fellas. Look at him how he's settled. Jordan Watson, first receiver on the left.
I hope we go left.
They haven't even blown the time on yet, boy.
5 on 4. Denman still can't count.
Here's the ball. Back to Dale Watson. Short pass on to Brody Rinkin, and Rinkin gets the ball and he's monstered 10 metres out. No ground made from the Denman line. Dale Watson, short pass. He's got all day there, big Frank Paul. He's just cut back in there. The defence didn't even get up off the line there. Plays the ball. TJ, long pass out to Rinkin. Long pass out to Jordan Watson. Short pass on to Ethan Edwards. Ethan Edwards goes out to Boyer Ruiz. He kicks him. Will Newenhouse goes down the ball. Short pass to Morgan Emity. He's in the corner. They went to sleep there, Denman.
They'll shoot the whole set.
Not much push on the footy there, fellas. From as we look at right to left towards the river side, you'll call it. But not a lot of push on the footy, guys. And they got caught short real quick.
I still think because we're running forward, we're running hard. Sealand's running hard, and Denman's doing all the defence, and it's just wearing them out, and that's when they're starting to struggle.
Yeah, right.
But they've only got themselves to blame. They've dropped the ball in really bad field position for themselves, and the pressure's just got too much. And let me tell you, if you see Will Newenhouse goes dummy half, I mean, when does the alarm bells go off? Fair dinkum, it's not rocket science.
He's going to run.
Seriously.
bit of rubber the green, the Singleton's way down this corner. I think that might have been a 50-50 call there for the Singo, whether Singleton actually got that feed from the scrum. Certainly it has led to a try. So that error has led to a try. There's no risk of that. 50-50 call, we all get them. Whether we get the rubber the green's always a nice contentious issue. But Jay Ferry, he's come off, and it looks like Nelson Gardner has come on in the 16 jersey, moving towards the back there, the big unit, and so they're pretty much a like for like there too in terms of size and ability.
Geordie Mulheron's just made his way onto the field for the Denman side.
He'll meet him.
Man. Tommy Mann's just come off for a spell.
10-0, 19 to go. Look, like you said, Bengalla, something's got to crack, and there it is.
I think they've only been in Singleton's 20 once.
Have been, they have been, but again,
one set.
They had three sets in a row and done dumb options.
Two ordinary options. Yeah, correct.
Good kick from Willie Newhouse. That looks absolutely gold. No, it doesn't. Waved away. Tell you what, it looked good from a long way out. Willie Newhouse's conversion attempt. It's 10-0, and we've got under 19 minutes to go in the first half here of the Bengalla Group 21 clash. What round is it, Reggie?
Round 7.
Geez, I love putting you on the spot like that.
Round 8. Round 10.
Round 7 it is, you pelican. Here's Adam Hamilton with the restart. Denman need to try and sustain some pressure here. They've just let themselves down with some 1%ers at the moment. Here's the ball onto that big fella. Is that Nelson Gardner?
Nelson Gardner.
Run from the big fella.
Like from like there, yep.
25 metres out from his own line off the kick-off. Great start from the Singleton boys. Here's Ethan Edwards, who's had a solid game so far as well. He's gone forward at every opportunity. They're 32 metres out from their own line. On to Frankie Paul from 2J at dummy half. Short pass on to Foggo, and Foggo gets tackled just shy of his own 40, centre field. Geordie Mulheron straight into the action. They need to tighten this up around the back of the ruck. Here's Brody Rinkin, and Rinkin goes forward, and he's tackled 5 shy of the halfway by Reynard Ladigan. TJ with the ball. On to Mick Rinkin, and Rinkin goes forward. And he's up over the halfway. It's the last. What are they going to do? Here's Rinkin again. Very dangerous so far, Brody Rinkin. Ball goes down. He puts that kick down. It goes fielded by Zach Webb about 3 metres out from his own line. A really good run from Webb. He takes it out to about the 25. What happened to the Singleton defence there, Matty?
Just straight asleep there.
I thought he had spiders on him.
Nice little chip down the side, and they're just hanging off him. And I'm not sure. We've got a bit of confidence up our sleeve, and we're going to go to sleep, I think.
Well, look at the Denman boys. What's going on here? I don't see anyone putting their hands up. This is where they're falling down with their little 1% drop ball. Here's Benkovic again. Benkovic gets the ball, and he's taken just shy of the halfway and gets a penalty out of that from Ruthie Edwards. What did he say? He leg pulled?
1-on-1. No,
I'm not sure.
He's saying a flop. Yeah, he's saying on top. He's grabbed his leg, turned him over. I'm going to say he's pressed him.
He's the only tackle, and he's already tackling.
He's only 1-on-1. Unsure where the flop comes from, yeah?
Gretschy's kick for touch, and he's found it. Really good kick, 30 out from the Singleton line. So with the tap restart, the Dan Roos, he goes himself, charges forward at the Singleton defence, and he's found himself about 22 metres out, 10 in from touch. Gretsch dummy half. Ball goes out wide to Lukey Roos, out under Benkovic, and Benkovic takes on Frank Paul. Frank Paul monsters in with TJ. They're 20 metres out from the Singleton line. Gives it on to his Gretsch, runs across field, gives it on to Andrew Pritchard, and Pritchard goes forward. Still like to see a little bit more creativity there in that run. 15 metres out from the Singleton line. Gretsch runs out from dummy half, and he gives a short pass to Scrimger. It's one out stuff, boys, at the moment. Jacob Ellis has to insert himself here. He goes to Luke Roos, on to Jacob Ellis. Out the back, no long pass out to nobody except his brother. Picks it up on the second bounce. Logan Ellis, and Logan Ellis is dicing with that sideline, but he's well tackled there by Ethan Coe. Ball goes to Jacob Ellis, puts a little chip through, but it's easily taken there by Mark Fogarty. That was a really poor set, fellas.
Again, last tackle option there, Benko, full right-hand side of the field. We're playing on a 10-metre line in from the left, what we'll call the western side of the field. He's got the full line set there and chose to take the little chip. Don't think it was a good option.
I think the first 4 tackles were ordinary in themselves, mate. It was just all one-out stuff.
True.
They didn't challenge the defence or make the defence move sideways or laterally in any possible way. Here's Morgan Emity now with the restart, and he goes forward and he's tackled there, just shy of their own 40, Singleton. They're all offside here, Denman down this side. Here's Will Newhouse again. When's the alarm bells going off? They know he's going to run, and he is as deadly as any man in the competition. He's tackled just shy of halfway. Ball goes on to Tommy Johnson, gives it on to Nelson Gardner, and he charges forward. Big fella, geez, he's a unit and a half he is.
Yep.
Just shy of the Denman 40. Tackled by Pritchard and Scrimger. TJ at dummy half, long ball out to Jordan Watson. Jordan Watson fakes to kick. Was it the last? I think it was. No, one to go.
One to go, mate.
No, that must be that's a 7-tackle set. My apologies. Here's Brody Rinkin down the short left, and he gives the ball on to Will Newenhouse. He tries to get away from Isaac McCormack. Now's the last. They're 28 metres out from the Denman line. Ball goes out the back to Jordan Watson. Big high bomb crossfield, and it goes down Reynard Ladigan's throat. He gets the ball 8 metres out from his own line. He's running across field. He gets to centre field before he's hitting a really good tackle there by Mark Fogarty and Frank Paul on his own 20. Ball goes to Jacob Ellis on to Zach Webb, and he's pinned Singleton for all offside. There you go. That's a breather they needed, the Denman side.
Did, but the inconsistency there, you're calling yourself on both sides, Benko. It's, why are we starting to blow that penalty now? Is it because we're 3 metres, not 4 metres offside? I'm unsure.
Don't get me started. I say it every week.
It's inconsistent.
I run out of remotes at home throwing it after some inconsistent referee calls all year, mate. But, that's just me.
That's what it is, Benko. We're back on.
Here we go. Denman with the tap restart for Reynard Ladigan. Got it over to the 32. Now the next play gets it on to Bankovic after a couple of sets of hands. Centre field, he's tackled. 30 out from the Singleton line. Gretsch goes down the right. He gives an inside ball to Scrimger, and Scrimger gets the ball. Not a lot of ground made there. They need a little bit more creative. Nathan Barry's on. I don't know who else is off for Denman. Here's Gretsch from dummy half. Beats 1, beats 2, and he's hitting a good tackle out there from Jordan Watson, I should say, 8 metres out from the Singleton line. Luke Ruiz at dummy half. He goes himself, tries to sneak over there, but Jordan Watson.
Well, from Jordan Watson. He stayed his ground there, Benko. Well
the
done,
last
Jordan.
tackle, ball right out the back to Jacob Ellis. Jacob Ellis gives a long pass on to Reynard Ladigan. Little wraparound attempt, but it goes nowhere. It goes to ground, and big fella Lukey Gardner picks it up. Another very ordinary set of 6 from the Denman boys.
They look like they're missing these brother Jacob Ellis and the Ellis and fullback.
Absolutely
missing that combination.
And to compound that, Nathan Barry and Zach Webb have raked the ball out there in that tackle, and Nick Martin's given Singleton
nearly comical those
penalty.
Those couple of executions on down that Denman's left side there, Schultz. We've gone for the big cutout ball instead of just going through the hands. It was an easy 3-on-2 or possibly 4-on-2. That'll be the ball going over our head again. But just through the hands is all it needed, mate. We've gone for the big cutout and we've blown it.
That's right.
Here's Mickey Rinkin, gets the ball forward, and he goes forward.
Good run.
Great tackle. The young fella held onto his ankle. Just over halfway. Here's the ball out for Frank Paul. Frank Paul throws, he charges, and he's really challenging that A&B defender. On to Fogarty. Fogarty on to Rinkin again, and Rinkin goes forward. He's hitting a good tackle, 35 metres out from the Denman line. They keep inviting this pressure, Denman. Here's the ball on to Frank Paul, been prominent in better than any game I've seen this year from him. Ball goes, he drops it cold as a spud, does he? Lets it down? Well, what's he saying? It was right out by Denman.
He offloaded it, but Denman hit it down.
Fair enough.
Well, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that one, Schultz. He's behind there, but that's the sort of stuff you said. He's putting the dent in early. Now looking for the offload. I tell you, that's smart play. What Singleton have got to do is read that play and have someone, have a TJ, have a Brody Rinkin run on off his hip, ready to go.
Right. Yep.
Well, he's very prominent today, Frank Paul. He's second receiver on a lot of the...
Twice in one set then.
Yeah, a lot of the plays.
A little bit like Newenhouse when you said, Benko. He goes to dummy half and read it. When Frank goes to the line, read that play, mate. I'd be off his hip. He'd be the leading try scorer.
Well, he's looking to unload at every opportunity too. They're not wrapping him up.
No.
Here's a scrum free, 31 metres out from the Denman line centre field. Ball goes out to Jordan Watson. Short pass out to Ethan Edwards, who's running on the fringe. He gets up over the 30. Good tackle by Dan Ruiz. He's big Jay Ferry again. He goes forward and he's hitting a good tackle there. Who was that? It's Nathan Barry. Bankovic over the top centre field. There's Brody Rinkin. Darts out a dummy half. Beats 1, beats 2. No, he doesn't. They're wrestling the ground about 9 metres out from the Denman line. TJ at dummy half. Plenty of runners and options left and right. They go down that left-hand side. Long pass out to Dale Watson. He runs at the defence. He's taken down about 5 metres out. They're short on that left-hand side again, boys. Here's Brody Rinkin. Brody Rinkin looks a little inside pass on to Dale Watson. He's going to put it down, as he? Yes. That's Jay Ferry. My apologies.
Jeez.
Didn't see the tats on the sleeve there. It is Jay Ferry, but what do you call a forward ball, fellas?
Forward ball from the little short inside. You've got to get that wrong to get it wrong, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've really got to get it wrong to get it past that forward.
It was a backward flick somewhat, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was way back, but anyway.
Anyway, we'll have to. That's one for Joy to replay on the video. But
boys, just quickly, Denman just aren't in defence. They're not attacking the advantage line, are they? They're on their heels too much. The Denman defenders. They've really got to go forward.
Well, on the other side of that, Benko, they've done a lot of defending.
They've done
a lot of defending. So look, they're going to be tired. I haven't seen a great deal of forward restructure out there from the Denman bench. I'd be looking to change a few of them front rows. We're 9 minutes to go in the match. 10-0 down for Denman as we pull into the centre of the field by young Hammer.
Gets the ball onto Nathan Barry, and Nathan Barry charges forward. Frank Paul over the top. Really good tackle around the legs by Jay Ferry. 25 metres out from their own line. Short pass to Benkovic. He gives it on to Scrimger, and Scrimger gets the ball. He's tackled just shy of 30. It's pretty pedestrian at the moment, boys. Benkovic goes down that short blind. He runs forward. Really good run. He gets out to the 40. He's going to get up. Gretsch get the ball. Looking for that. Here's the first kick of the game by Gretsch, I think it is, and he puts it down deep into Singleton's play. Gives it on to Fogarty, and Fogarty picks the ball up, and he beats one. He beats the first tackler, and he's tackled about 28 metres out from his own line. Really good return set there by young Foggo, and there's Ethan Coe, and Ethan Coe darts around about 5 or 6 would-be defenders.
Not a bad run for him,
He goes well. Good on Coe.
Denman look really flat to me, fellas. Here's Lukey Gardner from dummy half. He's going to go off for a run, the old fella, and the captain lose by example, and he's tackled right on the halfway line. Ball goes to Frank Paul, darts in there and attacks that A and B defender. Good tackle around the legs by Rayno, but it was an equally impressive quick play. The ball gets to Brody Rinkin, and he's hammered in a real good tackle. It's the last. Frank Paul at dummy half. What he's going to do, he's going to get a kicking game. Here's Jordan Watson. No, he unloads to him, puts a high bomb up, and it's going to come down just shy of, and it's Ethan Edwards monstered Zach Webb. Quick play the ball. Ball goes out to Dan Ruiz, I think that is, and he gets the ball now. No, that's Luke Ruiz, fellas.
Luke Ruiz on the outside.
That's Luke Ruiz. Dan Ruiz is the dummy half now. Don't dice with that sideline. You'll get dragged over there for sure. They're about 15 metres out, going nowhere right now. Denman, the pressure's right on them. Here's Zach Webb with the ball, goes forward. Still hasn't made. Yes, he has finally made
working
the 10
himself towards the sideline there, Benko. I'm not sure why you'd be doing that.
I'd be spreading it.
Some options.
Here's another one-out run to Adam Hamilton. They're just going to set themselves up for a kick here. It's the last already. They've made only about 15 metres in that set. Here's Adam Hamilton. Adam Gretsch. He runs down the right-hand side, jumps out, puts the kick.
Bit of a melee here.
Frank Paul is having a little bit of a melee in the background with Hemo. Frank Paul and Hemo, get on with it, fellas. We don't need any of that garbage. Meanwhile, Fogarty's got the ball, and he's charged it forward from that kick from Gretsch, and he got to the halfway line. The ball went down, and I can't see who's got that ball, boys. And he's taken that to Ethan Coe, is it? Yes, it is. And there's Will Newhouse from dummy half, darts across, does what he does best, beats one, beats two, beats three. He's going to score! Yes. Will Newhouse, he's going under the post. That was as ordinary as you can get.
You've said it, Benko. He's gone to dummy half. What's going to happen? He's going to run. Hey, he stood 3 players up there like a sack of spuds, head straight through. I mean, a great individual run from Will Newhouse. Made himself a real easy kick to convert with 14-0, 6 minutes to go on the clock there. But look, the 2 front rows from Singo boys, Jay Ferry, Nelson, or 3. Jay Ferry, Nelson Gardner, and Frank. Mate, they have been an impact today.
So
it's been sensational.
The whole change of the game that we've played against Denman.
Absolutely.
We're going forward. We're just wearing Denman
What's going on with Denman, Benko? Not a lot of structure there.
Don't know what they're waiting
we want to attack. And then from a defensive point of view, mate, we're in 6s and 7s every time Singleton get the ball. I'm unsure what's missing in that centre field. Same sort of spec. We talked about the match-up in halves. I think Singleton will win in that battle too.
I don't know what... I said it earlier, but Will Newhouse out of dummy half is just unbelievable. He's so exciting. He's deadly. But at what stage is someone going to try and take him low? I know he's got great leg speed, and his go forward is sensational. It's going to be 16-0 here with it'll be just under 5 minutes to go in this first half in the Bengalla Group 21 Round 7 clash. But Will Newhouse must have beat at least 8 players then. I mean,
Easy. He's come off 2.
but all the defence stands still. I mean, like I said earlier, when he takes off from dummy half, why isn't the defensive line going forward? And is anyone talking to each other out there?
Tired too, I'd say. Like,
Again, a lot of defensive
over,
work, Schultz. Good call, and we spoke about it earlier, that the invited pressure, as you put it, Benko, is what Denman don't want.
Yep.
And they've been pulling it on themselves all day. Couple of rubs of the green Singleton's way, we'll give that. We get that in every game, but certainly Denman haven't helped themselves in a couple of disciplinary areas there, mate. Poor last tackle options. It's going to come home to roost.
yep.
He's Adam Hamilton with the restart of play. His little clash in the background, he still might have been out of position there, boys, and all over the shop with Frank Paul, a little bit of a melee, but nevertheless, you've got to reset, fellas.
It's one bloke I wouldn't pick on.
Well, not me, anyway.
Good run again.
Great run. He's called a strip, hasn't he?
Strip, yep.
Okay. There's 3 players off him. I don't know who pulled that out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But that's the second or third penalty for stripping the ball when they've got Singleton down off a restart, and they just cannot keep sustaining that
silly penalty,
wanted pressure on themselves if that's the case.
Good return from Jay Ferry. Again, he has played in the back row. He's actually a centre in his earlier life, and again he's moved into that front row position and playing well in that space. He's a little bit unfit there, coming back off a little hiatus off the field with a few injuries, but certainly Jai will be looking to swap him out shortly, I'm sure.
So Singleton are going to get the tap restart off that penalty on their own 40. Ball goes to Ethan Edwards, and Edwards rolls forward. Really good tackle there.
Jeez, he's been playing well.
Well, he went through one tackle, and that was Dan Rees. I don't know how fit Dan Rees is right now, but anyway, he's going to get up and play the ball right on the 50-metre line. Here's the ball, turns it back inside of that. Cody Argent, boys.
Yep, sure is.
14.
Yep.
His go forward has always been outstanding, young Cody. Ball goes out wide to Jordan Watson. Short pass to Frank Paul. An equally short pass on to big Jay Ferry. And he's tackled 35 metres out. Centre field from the Denman line. Brody Rinkin at dummy half. Here's another guy that just darts away from dummy half. They're not on their game. He's just going to make you pay big time, and he does go forward. He's got the Denman defence scattered at the moment. Will Newhouse at dummy half. Frank Paul again, first receiver, goes forward. Beats 1, beats 2. Short pass on to TJ. Short pass on to Fogarty. And Fogarty out wide has got the ball. And he's going to play the ball on the last 10 metres out from the Denman line. TJ at dummy half. Goes down this short line onto Rinkin. Rinkin comes off, puts a chip forward, and it comes off Reynard Ladigan's shins, and he's going to regain that ball 12 metres out from their own line. Very slow play the ball from Reynard. Short pass on there to Nathan Barr, and he charges forward. Only makes about 2 metres there. Going to get up and play it just shy of the 20. Ball goes to Benkovic, always ready to take the first or second hit up. Great tackle from TJ. Them two have had a blinder of a battle so far today. Here's Gretsch, gets the ball, gets it on to Scrimger, and Scrimger runs across field, and he's hitting a good tackle there. 35 metres out, centre field. That was Ethan Edwards under the legs there. Here's Gretsch from dummy half, charges forward, and he just dragged down just shy of halfway. It's the last. Ball goes on to Luke Ruiz out this left-hand side. Long pass over to Reynard. They're going to boast themselves into no man's land. That's the last tackle. Did not anyone tell him it was the last tackle?
Brody Rinkin just getting a bit of attention down there. I know what that's from, Schultz.
I think he might have enjoyed himself last night.
He'd done it since he was 18 and hasn't stopped.
Here's Luke Gardner, and he gets the ball from dummy half, goes sideways. Here's Cody Argent from dummy half. Gets through one, gets through another, and he's taken by Geordie Mulhare and tackled just shy of Denman's 40. Here's Ethan Coe, gets the ball, runs out of dummy half. This dummy half scooting out, boys, is really carving Denman's defence up completely, mate. The little men are running right from dummy half. Here's big Frank Paul, first receiver. Gets the ball, short pass on to Jay Ferry. Gets another short pass, tried to unload. He gets it on to Ethan Edwards, and he's knocked that on.
That was a tough call.
I thought he did bobble that just quickly. It was only very quick.
You look at that dynamics again. We spoke about the wingers coming in, Schultz, the Hamilton. Ethan Coe's been brilliant in that space. He's taken 4 or 5 hit-ups and gained ground. Made the defence actually have a bit of a look and running them around. Inside the last minute, I don't think we'll pack this scrum, boys. 30 seconds to go. 16-0 down for Denman. Singleton in front.
They don't want to pack it, mate. Look at them. They don't want to pack it.
32 out, I'm going to say, Benko. 33? 34.
32 and a half.
They'll pack the scrum, 11 seconds to
They'll
go.
have time for one play. Zach Webb will die with the ball here. He's tackled 35 out from his own line. It's 4 seconds. Here's Gretsch from dummy half, gets the ball out wide. It goes over Jacob Ellis's head onto Reynard Ladding, and he's going to get the ball, gets it onto Jacob Ellis. I thought they're going to not play that. Goes onto Jacob. They're going nowhere. Don't make a mistake or give an intercept away, boys. Let me give you the tip. Onto it's gone across field. Isaac McCormick with the ball. What's he doing? Having a kick for touch? No, he hasn't. That was a bit of
a bit of a nothing. Hey?
Goodness me.
What do you think when Frank charged at the line there? Holy jeez.
Just get rid of it.
It's half time here at Pirtek Park. It's 16-0 in favour of the home team, Singleton Greyhounds. We'll be back very shortly with a little bit of an update, Reggie. Is that your call, mate?
We've got an update at the moment from Scone. 16 Scone lead, Aberdeen 10, 9 minutes from halfway. So, half time, sorry. So, I'll bring Joshy Day in. Josh, that first half, mate, what do you make of it?
Mate, just no direction from Denman. Absolutely no organisation at all. The forwards aren't going forward. There's nothing to play in the back of.
Yeah, look, it has been a difficult half from him. Of course, like the boys have spoken about, dummy half. That's where they're torturing them at the moment.
Markers aren't doing anything, mate. Markers got to start working hard on that. Every time Will Newinghouse goes to the hooker, you know he's going to run. You know he's going to run hard as well, and they've just got to work hard on that.
Big Frank Paul, of course, this is the first time, Matty Kenny, that we've seen him actually run the ball forward at pace, like we've been saying. And he's been waiting at the line. Now he's taking the line on and getting that offload. Denman just aren't there in the numbers, and they're standing off him now.
Mate, we talked about the forward pack match-up in the pre-game, Joshy, and look, I think at the moment, I've
Big man Jai Bailey smiling during a match this year. Even when they have been winning, during a match, he very, very rarely cracks a smile. Bit of a Wayne Bennett type character, and usually stands over the other side. But to see him crack a smile, that's absolutely fantastic. But they look like they're enjoying themselves as they come back out in the field. A lot of talk amongst the team and positive signs. But Benko, Singleton's back on the field. I'll hand back over to you. Of course, as we said, 16-0. Singleton leading the Denman Devils in this Bengalla first grade clash for Group 21. Of course, like you said, Jay Shepherdson would have been tearing into him in the sheds.
Matty, as I recall, and I'm back, as I recall, did they not change Reynard Ladigan out to cover Will Newinghouse at Denman in the second half?
Correct.
I thought they did in the last encounter, mate. Yeah.
I don't know whether if the word got down to them, I don't know if that's an option, because Will Newinghouse is just carving them up on that left-hand side. And that is really, that defence out in that right-hand side for Denman is poor right now.
Hasn't changed, and we'll talk about it. You heard the halftime commentary there, Benko. What have we done to counteract that? Because certainly we spoke about Denman's left, Singleton's left on the last encounter, and not much was done at half-time to counteract either of those spots.
No, well, here's the restart by young Will, and Will gets the ball, and it goes straight down the throat of Nathan Barry in his own in goal. He charges forward, and I'll give one thing to Nathan Barry. He never, ever stops trying, young Nathan, and this time he gets the ball 28 metres out from his own line. Ball goes to Andrew Pritchard, and he's been quiet in that first half, fellas.
Absolutely, mate.
He's a big Pritchard, been very quiet. Here's on Jacob Ellis, on to Benkovic. Benkovic goes the ball, he's running around the fringe there, and he's tackled by Frank Paul, 35 out from his own line. Gretchy down the left-hand side onto Geordie Mulheron, and Mulheron charges forward, and he's just shy of halfway, about 15 in from touch. Gretchy dummy half, Benkovic again, second run this set, goes forward, really good run from the young fella, up over halfway. It's the good quick play of the ball, it's the last, onto Luke Ruiz, puts a midfield bomb, it's going to come down about the 25 metre mark, 30 metre mark I should say, easily taken by Michael Rinkin. Not a lot of competitiveness there from the Denman boys, and
no contest at all from Denman.
He took that really well, Michael Rinkin. Ball gets up and plays it. Morgan Emmety gets the ball and he charges away from dummy half. This dummy half running is absolutely carving him up, Denman. Here's Fogarty. He goes forward and around the back of the ruck, and he makes another clean 12 metres, and he's tackled 40 out from the Denman line centre field. Here's Will Newinghouse again from dummy half, goes forward and he runs into the arms of Benkovic and Nathan Barry. 35 metres, 28 metres out from the Denman line, down the short side here to Jordan Watson, onto big Jay Ferry, and it's the last. He finds himself, he's going to play the ball. Here's TJ, short pass on to Jordan Watson, equally short pass on to Will Newinghouse. That look forward.
Yeah, he's called it.
Everyone agrees?
Yep.
Yeah, consensus. It's a big shout out to big mate Baz Sonner. He's still in John Hunter, one of the big boys. He's normally down on the tail there. So get well soon, buddy. We're having a call for you, and we'll have a beer for you too, Schultzy.
Oh, okay.
I think Schultzy's in front of you right now. Matty Kennedy.
Okay, bud.
Here's Adam Hamilton. He gets the ball, and he's one of his customary runs early in the set. The ball goes out to Isaac McCormick now. They're about 28 metres out from their own line, the Denman boys. Still going sideways a little bit. I'd still like to see them get a little bit wide. Ball goes wide to Jacob Ellis now. Gives an inside ball onto Geordie Mulhere, and he charges forward. Just tries to unload it. He does onto Gretsch. Gretsch steps off his left. He goes forward. He's up to the halfway line. That's better. Much better. There's a flop from Cody Argent.
Yep, flop.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah.
And Gretsch takes a quick tap. There's no one there. He runs straight into the arms of Frank Paul. Frank Paul dusted him off there and finished by Ethan Edwards, 28 metres out from the Singleton line. Here's Pritchard. He gets the ball from dummy half. He goes across field. Good tackle there by, who's that? Jordan Watson and Will Newenhouse. They're 20 metres out, 12 in from touch. Benkovic at dummy half onto Lukey Roos. And Roos gets the ball, dummies and goes himself. Dummy to no one and went himself. They're 15 metres out from the Singleton line. Gretsch at dummy half. Big option out to the left. Isaac McCormick gives the ball on to Jacob Ellis. Jacob Ellis gets it on to Webb. Over to Reynard, and Reynard gets the ball. He's tackled about 5 metres out. I think that's about the fourth. Webb at dummy half on to Jacob Ellis. Ellis long pass out to McCormack. McCormack got no one to pass it to. They got in each other's road there, Gretschy and Pritchard. He shrugs off one. McCormack goes himself, tries to unload it. No, he doesn't. Good run from Isaac. He's going to find himself only about 2 metres out. It's the last. Mulhere at dummy half, long pass out to Jacob Ellis, onto Lukey Roos. The defence is up in his face, gives around the back pass to Jacob Ellis, onto Benkovic, and Benkovic, short pass over to Hamilton. Hamilton goes to the corner, he's in!
That's right.
Dead set, got it down.
Yep.
Never going to stop him there.
Great ball from Luke Reese. The little flick pass out the back there to
Good hands
to
out
Ellis.
wide too, the boys.
Yeah, nice, and through the hands.
Yep.
We didn't try and cut people out this time. Straight through the hand. A great result for them, and really good try.
Well, that was the most positive attack they've had.
Absolutely.
This game. Everything else has been one-up stuff, and finally they let the ball do the talking. And the way Jacob Ellis got that ball and ran across field, like he did 2 weeks ago, Matty,
same spot.
It put the defence in 2 minds, because they know the guy is quick. They know they can't open up. He will go straight through it.
What do I do with the footy? Where's he going? He's the Will Newenhouse. He's the opposite side of the Will Newenhouse here, Schultzy.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, it's good to see here. I didn't realise he hadn't been on in the first half. Zach Solomon coming on, so that's a nice fresh legs for us.
Going off, Schultze.
Absolutely. It looks like Jay Ferry. But again, it's that front row rotation. He'll go straight in. He's been damaging in that front row.
I thought he's been our best player for the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely, Schultz. I'd agree with you.
That's the key to any good side, boys, is that if you can get a great front row combination rotating, I mean, it's half the battle.
Smart use of your bench.
Go for it.
Keep them legs. It's only 5 minutes in and we pulled Jay Ferry off. He's had 3 or 4 really big runs.
Yep.
Okay. Tired legs, let's get some fresh legs out there.
Yep.
And that's again been key for Singleton's defence so far, or if Singleton's go forward. It looks like them may have counteracted that so far, mate. They're definitely moving the ball a bit wider. Yeah.
Well, they're back into it, and he's kicked it from the sideline, Lukey Roos, and he's kicked it from the sideline, so it's 16 points to 6.
16-6, 34 to go. Singleton looking very fresh coming back there. Back to the line. Will Newenhouse will take the footy centre field, and we'll get back underway. But certainly, again, we talked about a game at 2 halves, Joshy, to pardon the pun there again, but Denman have come out of the boxes very, very quick at this stage, boys.
Well, they needed a positive set, Matty.
They did.
And, it was ordinary leading up to this, but a good start to the second half. In this Bengalla Group 21 clash, 16 points to 6. We've had 6 minutes of this second half. Here's the second play of the game, on to Zach Webb. The first run was by Nathan Barron. It was a very good run by young Baz. Here's Geordie Mulhere down the short side. He gets out of 1. He gets out of 2. One of them was Frank Paul. He's still going, Geordie Mulhere, and he's up over halfway.
From first contact to ground, mate, that's 15 metres.
Unbelievable. Here's the ball onto Andrew Pritchard, onto Benkovic. Short pass onto Zach Webb. He cuts back inside, unloads it again onto Benkovic. He dummies, goes himself into the arms of Ethan Edwards and also Jordan Watson. He's up over over halfway, tries to get the ball, quick play the ball. Here's Adam Gretsch. I think Gretchy might have addressed that at half-time, fellas. The play the ball was ordinary as hell.
Yeah.
Here's the last tackle. They find themselves 35 metres out centre field. Ball goes out to Luke Roos. Luke Roos puts a little grubber kick down. It's going to go into touch. Morgan Ebony watches it goes into touch 5 metres out from his own line, but the scrum will be packed 10 metres out, 20 in from touch.
I think Gretchy's took it on himself. It's 3 or 4 times now. And he's also scooted from dummy half to get him to go forward.
Absolutely.
You know? It's made a difference to get him on the front foot.
We spoke about it at half-time, short chilts. Our finishing kicks, a kick from Luke Reese there earlier, basically went up and down within 20 metres. I'm not sure what that kick was trying to achieve, because there was no followers.
No.
There was no contest for the football. No. He just as went for a sideline kick and go for the pressure in the corner. Unsure what the tactic was there.
Jordan Watson's going to feed the scrum, boys, and he's going to be 10 out from his own line. I see TJ's packed down at lock. I guarantee he'll get the ball here and unload it onto Morgan Emity. Let's see how far I'm out. There you go.
You are unreal. Hey, there's nothing gets past us, is it?
We're on the mark. Good run from
nothing gets past us.
Gordon. Here's TJ. You little quick play the ball. This dummy half running, boys, has been outstanding by Singleton. And Jai Bailey has certainly addressed this and picked it to pieces. Here's Solomon. Solomon runs hard. Good tackle by Dan Ruiz. 40 out from their own line. He's wrestling the tackle. He gets away with it. I don't know what more, in all honesty, I don't know what more Dan Roos could have done then, boys, in his defence. I mean, he tried, but...
I have learnt from Matty the other week, though, if you're making the effort to get off the ground on a one-on-one tackle, you've got to let him get off the ground.
You've got to get off. You've got to roll off.
But I'm with you. Before then, I thought it was a good tackle. There was not much time spent in it.
So where was the strong tackle in that? This is what I want to ask Jesse Rudder. I mean, I've asked him before. A one-on-one tackle around the legs is not classed as strong tackle. You can blame her over fair dinkum. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, nevertheless, Singleton are on the attack. They're 25 metres out. Ball goes to Solomon, and Solomon goes charging forward into the arms of Benkovic. He's still standing in the tackle. He goes forward well, Solomon. He threw a little short punch into Benkovic's head there, but keep going. Play on. Frank Paul gets the ball. He charges forward, pushes off Gretsch. Here's on to Fogarty, and Fogarty gets the ball, and he goes forward. They're tackled 10 metres out from the Denman line, directly in front of the post. They're going to go this left-hand side. Here's TJ. Long pass out to... No, what did he do? Play the ball, boys.
Knock on, mate. Knock on from the play of the ball. I think it was from the actual play of the ball himself.
Did you see Solomon get that ball off the grub and then slot it over for a point?
He's a character.
Jai Bailey wouldn't be happy with those little 1%ers going wrong in really good field position either.
Have a crack at it. You won't get any attack position better.
No.
Centre of the field, 15
Options
out.
left and right.
Left and right.
I don't want to say it could cost us. They've already let Denman in once now, and if we keep on giving these little ones our way, the way...
Discipline?
Yeah, that's right.
Uninvited pressure, you called it, Benko, and that's Singleton's turned that around today, straight away, hasn't it?
Yeah, Jai Bailey wouldn't be happy. So it's a single Denman ball. Denman ball from the scrum base goes to Luke Ruiz from Jacob Ellis, and he's tackled 12 out. Still in front of his own goalpost. Here's Pritchard. He needs to involve himself a little bit more. Pritch, he can do it. He goes forward. He's got a great go forward on him, and he's tackled 22 metres out from his own line. That man around the legs again is TJ Johnson, and here's Webb with the second ball. Going to be a one-on-one strip. TJ, he's too good for that, and he takes him down 15 metres out. He looks hurt there, Webby. They go down that short left. Here's Ellis onto Mulheron, and he goes forward and makes about 2 metres. They're only just at the 30-metre mark now, 20 in from touch. Here's Jacob Ellis. Jacob Ellis goes down that short line onto Reynard. Reynard Ladigan runs straight into the weight and arms, right on the halfway to Lukey Gardner, who belted him hard. Here's Jacob Ellis at dummy half, puts a midfield bomb on. I don't know how good that was, but anyway, it goes forward and it goes juggled by Cody Argent, but TJ was there to pick the ball up, and he's tackled 40 out from his own line, centre field. Will Neuenhouse at dummy half onto Solomon. Solomon goes forward, shoulder charges one, out of the way. He gets up over halfway. It's a strip again. Is that a strip?
That wasn't a strip. That was bad ball security.
I don't know. You have a look at the first take. We'll replay that on the video shows. He had 2 goes at that. He had 1 go and then didn't get it, I tell you. I'll dispute that one because I saw the one arm coming out.
I just thought I seen Dingy go to the ground, and he's just trying to wrestle himself with it.
Isn't it interesting how we all talk about this, boys? No one can explain. And really, in the end, it's up to the referee's interpretation. And right now, if he says it's a strip, it's a strip because he's got the whistle. Denman on the Singleton are on the attack now. 12 metres out from the Denman line. Here's Ethan Edwards. Goes forward. I don't know, was it a shoulder charge or just a really strong run on tackle? Morgan Emily at dummy half. They're 3 metres out. Pressure right on the Denman boys. Frank Paul gets the ball, shrugs off one, he unloads it onto Mick Rinkin. And Rinkin gets the ball and he's charged up about 10 metres out from the Denman line. They love spreading the ball. Will Newenhouse at dummy half. No, it's Brady Rinkin. I apologise. He goes down that short blind. He's tackled about 5 out from the Denman line. Will Newenhouse now at dummy half. Short pass on to Mick Rinkin. Flat ball going to the line. He's only millimetres short, boys. He's Will Newenhouse again at dummy half out to Frank Paul. Frank Paul gets the ball, throws it. The dummy Frank Paul shrugs off one. Backhands it over onto Will Newenhouse. He's got free rein, Will. He's going across field. This is where he's dangerous. He's going to score. Will Newenhouse. He's just shrugged off 2 or 3 would-be defenders. When did the red light go off to come up?
I was about to criticise Singleton for not pushing up with Will. Everyone's just standing there watching him.
He's created something out of nothing. He's come from the right sword.
Every single player
the little
for a
flick
shirt
ball
grab.
from Frank Paul. It nearly was going to be shut down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will's come across. And like you said, Benko, when does the alarm bells go off? Does someone get up and in a line and shut him down? And he's created something from nothing there. That's a fantastic individual try there.
Every player went for a shirt grab.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Every defender went for a shirt grab on Will Newenhouse. And again, here it is, round 7. Singleton and Denman have played 4 times. So at what point do you learn?
Absolutely. Jake Willis looks like coming on for Mick Rinkin.
First time today as well.
Absolutely. So again, some fresh legs coming in and some good, again, good use of the bench. I didn't quite catch the number of that one, Schultz. I'm not sure whether it was a 6 or 7.
Oh, not
in
sure.
In terms of the
Yeah, I missed it.
Well, boys, Denman have paid the penalty, and I think they've been penalised. Stand corrected. Someone tell me 4 or 5 times for a strip.
Yeah.
So
it'll be in that space.
At some point, if he's pulling it, if Nick Martin is saying yes, it's a strip. You've got little to argue with.
That's right, and it goes back to he's the guy in the centre. That's what he's seen. Some questionable.
Yeah.
Like we just said, I'd go back to that video.
I don't want to go back to any rugby days, but if I can hang on to it in the rugby club, these boys should be able to hang on to it too. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Ball security is a bit strange in rugby league sometimes, though.
Absolutely.
Will Newenhouse moves in to try and convert his own try. Does so with great expertise, Will Newenhouse. It's 22 points to 6, and we've had just shy of 15 minutes in this second half of the Bengalla Round 7 Group 21 clash. This is the 4th time these teams have played each other in 7 rounds.
It's gonna get long. It's gonna get. That's part of what you got to learn, yeah. What game are you going to bring next week? Because it's the same team you're playing.
Adam Hamilton with the kick restart goes straight down the throat of Jake Willis, and that was Jordan Watson. Jordan Watson gives it on to Zach Solomon, and Solomon, he's ran well, the big fella, and he's up over his own 30. Isaac McCormick was under the legs, but he looks dodgy right now. Here's Ethan Edwards, and Ethan Edwards gets the ball, and he's hitting a good front-on tackle by Benkovic, and as he dropped that ball, him and Scrimger. Well done, both boys.
That footy out.
This is a good field position. Let's see if they can be a little bit proactive with this the Denman side right now, Schultze.
Deaky Solomon's got a dislocated finger here, just trying to get it back in. Beautiful.
All good. Let's go.
Carry on. Wouldn't worry him one
back
bit.
To play.
So Denman are going to have a scrum feed. They're going to find themselves about 30 out from the Denman, the Singleton line, 20 in from touch. Luke Ruiz with the ball. Long pass out to Jacob Ellis. Jacob Ellis shows it to his brother Logan. He's got plenty of speed. Logan Ellis, he steps out of 1, steps out of 2, and scores in the corner. Well, that defence was ordinary, boys.
I was about to say that was probably the smartest thing I've seen Denman do today, because 2 weeks ago with the Ellis boys, they're just so much quicker than that, and you can't beat speed.
Absolutely.
And they've spread it out really wide. Everyone was really deep, and Singleton had to try and defend. It's very hard to do that.
I think Lukey got left wanting there, mate. He just got beaten by speed.
Oh.
Speed on the outside. Hey,
Look at the size of him.
absolutely. I'm not bagging the guy. You're making me right. He just got beaten by sheer speed by Ellis on the outside.
Yep.
He and a good play. They picked him out.
Smart.
Straight off. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we've said it for a few weeks now that Jacob Ellis and this is only Logan's first grade game, but we've said for weeks now, and Reggie will back me up, is that that's Jacob's biggest weapon, and it's one of the most lethal. It's one of the most lethal weapons in Group 21. A clear run for Jacob Ellis, and on this occasion, that long pass from Lukey Roos to Jacob Ellis, it just spread Denman for a little, Singleton for a little while, and Logan Ellis, how did he step out of 2 or 3 players then?
That's the first time actually that long ball's come off for him, because 2 or 3 times it's gone to ground.
Yep.
Off the set play though, from a scrum, set restart, certainly in position to do that, and the boys, they executed well. There's no risk of that. They had speed, they had players, and made it great try from Denman.
See big Dalo Watson's coming on, boys. I don't know who's coming off.
Not sure who's out the back.
Is Solomon going to come off with that finger issue, fellas?
I wouldn't have thought so, mate.
No, I think it's no.
Cody Argent.
Argent's out the back. Yes, Cody Argent. Done well while he was on the young codes.
Mate, go forward. Plenty of metres going forward.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Good
Absolutely, yeah.
Is the restart, and it's 22 points to 12. We've had just on 18 minutes of play in this Group 21 Bengalla clash. Round 7. Will Newhouse with the kick restart.
Oh, we think it's round 7.
Could be round 8. I might just make an absolute deuce of myself. Here's Andrew Pritchard takes the ball forward off Zach Webb, and he makes it to about 15 metres out from his own line. Good tackle by TJ. Here's Adam Hamilton, takes off from dummy half. I want to see that little dummy half run a little bit more. Here's Gretsch with the ball from dummy half. They're all over him in the marker there, but Scrimger gets the ball now out wide. Gets out to about his own 30. Good tackle there by number 15, Jake Willis. Here's, who's that? Bankovic. He goes forward again. Good run. 38 metres out. Here's Scrimger down the left. They're going left and right.
Good metres.
At the moment.
Good metres.
They're really making those A and B defenders work hard. Here's Gretsch, steps out at dummy half and kicks the ball straight down. Will Newhouse's throat is going back to fullback, fellas.
Looks like it.
Absolutely deadly there. Gets the ball, goes sideways, gets out of Jacob Ellis's tackle. Gretschy, he left Gretschy for speed in his dust, but finally he's tackled 25 metres out from his own line, centre field. Who's that with the ball there? I think, is that Ethan Coe, boys?
Yep.
Coe gets the ball and he's tackled about right on the own 30. Here's Morgan Emity. Morgan loves to run out of that dummy half roll, and he always goes forward exceptionally well. Tommy Johnson at dummy half gives the ball on to Frank Paul. Frank Paul goes forward, struggles into Bankovic, unloads it onto Dale Watson. Ordinary tackle by Dan Ruiz. He goes through him, goes through brother and then knocks it on as he gives the ball out to Dale Watson, tries to give the ball out to Fogarty, and it went to ground just over the halfway line. So a let off there for Denman, and it looked good early. Edwards went sideways over there.
I'm suggesting Dale probably should just hang on to it as a front row and run.
Yeah, well, Edwards would have been the ball there.
He's a front row. Trust me.
He's come sideways. Edwards would have been the ball instead of the cutout ball to Foggs. Edwards, bang, overlap was still there.
The lights need to come on here shortly.
No,
Matt.
There's only played 2 probably. I think it was very early in the set there. So why don't we just hit it up?
Okay, Denman got the scrum feed. 45 out from their own line. Ball goes to Webb from the scrum base. Good tackle by Morgan Emity in there, and Brodie Rinken. He dragged him back 40 metres out from his own line. Gretsch at dummy half. They go down that left side onto Jacob Ellis, and Jacob Ellis shows the ball and gives it on to Reynard, and Reynard goes sideways, and he's hitting a really good tackle by Luke Gardner.
No getting past him.
Only millimetres from going into touch. Logan Ellis goes down a very short blind. He's going to get dragged into touch, is he?
That was silly.
Very invited pressure again. They had that was only the second or third.
The old fella got him back there, Luke Gardner.
We talked about short side plays.
No.
Yeah. So we've done it again. We're playing within the 10-yard line, and you got a bloke like Lukey Gardner on your inside. Man, that's a recipe for disaster for Denman. Yeah.
I don't know why they went that way.
I'm sure, Becca.
They probably don't know either, but they thought it was early in the tackle.
The way they go, but you got Lukey Gardner, a man mountain that's going to literally pick you up and throw you over the sideline.
Yeah. Young Ellis has just gone past him. I got the speed. They pass him again.
Absolutely.
There's not enough room to move.
Ain't going to happen twice in one game.
No.
Yeah.
So Singleton with the ball. They're going to have a scrum feed about 32, 35 metres out from their own line. 20 in from touch. Pressure's off them. 22 points to 12. We've got just under 19 minutes to go in this round 7 Bengalla Group 21 clash. If it's round 8, I apologise at the later stage. Thanks, Reggie. Is Dale Watson goes forward. Comes to 3 or 4 plays, and they still do not finish him off, and he gets plenty of room there, Dale Watson, and Adam Hamilton comes in to finish him off. TJ at dummy half on to Jake Willis, and Jake Willis goes forward. He's hitting a good tackle. He gets up over halfway, centre field. Tommy Johnson at dummy half. He drops that cold.
Oh, I like it. Cold.
He was going to throw the ball on Gretchy's head.
Jakey, no good looking at anyone except yourself there, Champion.
Did you see Gretchy on the ground, and he was going to throw the ball on Gretchy's melon. Gretchy actually ducked. He thought, here I go. I'm going to cop this. Cop a ball to the head.
More importantly, who won the double?
I didn't.
It wasn't me this week.
Well, who's the numbers?
It was good question. 9 for us and something.
Adam, put that in first so we don't miss you.
5. Ellis.
Yeah, Logan Ellis, 9 and 5.
I got 9 and 8. Does that win?
Nope.
Okay.
Here's Luke Roos. Luke Roos gives the ball, shows it inside to Adam Hamilton, goes himself and gets belted for his troubles. He's just shy of halfway. His brother Dan from dummy half, and he gets the ball, gets up over halfway, only just centre field. Adam Hamilton was screaming for that ball, and they should have given it to him. I
Look,
reckon.
and again, that's just silly. He's dropped the footy.
Here's Gretchy with the
And now
quick
give away
play,
a
quick
penalty.
dump again. He gives it on to Hamilton. Hamilton's got plenty of room to move. Gets through one, gets through another, and Fogarty's tackled him 20 out. Quick play, quick tap from Gretches, catching him shy. Here's a long ball out to Jacob Ellis. Jacob Ellis, short, flat pass. Good hands from Scrimger for a front rower, boys, at his feet.
At his feet.
Fair dinkum. He gets up over the 20s, about 18 metres out centre field.
Left's the
Back
option,
to dummy half onto Jacob Ellis, onto Lukey Roos. Lukey Roos goes himself. He shows it one way, goes his other self the other way, and gets over.
Poor defence from Singleton.
Really poor defence.
That was short.
Poor for a dummy, left, right, and centre there, boys.
You called it go left, Churchy. That's the option they took, and it's certainly, mate, again,
I'm
some
not sure
very,
what's
very
going
flimsy
on.
defence out
Second
there.
half, it was short big time.
Lukey Gardner's got something to say over there. Nick Martin's not facing us, so that little speaker there is not coming out, Reggie.
Here it is.
I'd say Luco might get a fair talking to him.
He's giving Nick Martin a what to. Let me give you the tip.
Yeah, Nick's not facing it, so we can't get it. So
Turn around, Nick. I want to hear what Luke Gardner's saying. He's not missing him.
no.
No, it's a bit
Probably a good thing
of
that the people at home can't hear it.
So anyway,
Lukey's taking it to task anyway. There's some issues there.
amongst all that, Denman have scored. It's 16 and a half minutes to go.
22-16.
It's 22 points to 16, and this kick will make it very, very interesting.
Just an update up there at Scone 2. Scone 22, Aberdeen 20 with 28 minutes to go.
Wow.
There you go.
To turn up for the books.
Interesting, boys.
Jesse refereeing that game, Reggie?
Yes.
Singleton's allowing Denman to get back into this game with
Absolutely,
our
yeah.
early mistakes, early on our set all the time. We're just piggybacking them back down. We're just not playing our sets going
So
forward.
looking down here, you got Nelson Gardner still on the bench. You got Jay Ferry still on
Mick
the bench.
Rankin.
Mick Rankin on the bench. I mean,
Yep.
we spoke about those in the first half, boys. I'll be trying to push them boys back out there. Whatever changes
He's missed it.
we've made, he's not got that. So it remains at 22-16 with 16 and a half to go. As Singo don't make their way back very quickly, I'm unsure. I'd be keen to put some points on the board there, Schultz. I'd be wanting to get that footy down and have a fair crack and go for that that error.
Well, in the first half, there was no question Gretchy had to address the in around the ruck area because Will Newhouse, TJ, Morgan Emity, Brody Rinkin were just carving them up left, right and centre from the quick play the balls, and that dummy half running was
Haven't
just,
seen a lot this
was
half,
just
there,
killing
Becca.
them. And, well, every time they've done it, I think Denman have been a little bit smarter this half and certainly tightened their defence up. Here's Adam Hamilton off the kick restart for Will Newhouse. He goes forward, he shrugs off TJ, and TJ doesn't
He's in
look
trouble
good there, boys. He's tackled by two others, Dale Watson, but they're going to call time out. TJ may have just got his head in the wrong spot there. No, he's all good. He's all
Bit of a
good.
stun. He's good.
Adam Hamilton gets up and plays the ball 22 metres out from his own line. His Pritchard, he goes forward and tackled there about 28 metres out from his own line. Gretsch at dummy half gives a short pass down this short side to Benkovic. He charges forward to Jordan Watson. Emmety underneath. Tries to get up and play the ball. Solomon gets over him. Here's Gretsch playing with the short side. He needs to go in. He does, but he gets over halfway. Gretschy, that's a better run. Tries to get up and plays it. Morgan Emmety was the tackler. Here's Adam Hamilton. Dummies. Goes himself in behind the ruck. Solomon wasn't having any of it and held him pretty quickly with the help of Morgan as well. It's the last. They need a good finish to this set. On to Isaac McCormick. Over to Luke
Numbers
Roos.
again, eh?
Luke Roos gets the ball. On to Jacob Ellis. Jacob Ellis long over to, who's that? Boy, Jordy Mulheron puts a kick into his own in goal, into the Singleton in goal. And Will Newhouse has collected it off the ground about 2 metres out from his own line. That's a better set. They're in the corner. They don't need to give a stupid penalty away here, Denman.
That'll be the key. If they can maintain discipline here, they've got Singleton on the ropes here. It's 22-16.
I'm looking at the runners, fellas, and there's no one there. Jordan Watson here onto Foggo, and Fogarty gets the ball and he charges out in centre field, about 15 out from his own line. They do not need to give away a penalty. Here's Jordan Watson
looked like coming
onto
back
Dale Watson, and Watson runs towards, who's that out there? Dan Rees? No, that was Luke Rees. He went through first, but his brother finished him off. He tries to get up and plays a quick Dale Watson. Zach Solomon down this really short blind comes to Adam Hamilton. They've had a battle and a half, and finished by Dan Rees. Gets up and plays a good quick play the ball by Solomon. He's going off. Jordan Watson kicks the ball on the last, straight down the throat. No, he lets it bounce. Zachy Webber goes over his head, and he's going to collect it about 8 metres out from his own line. Zach Solomon's gone off. Who's come on, fellas?
Nelson
Gardner's back on. Here's Logan Ellis. Logan Ellis has got the ball, and he's tackled about 30 metres out, and he's finished and wrestled by 2 or 3 players out there. Jacob Ellis is there trying to get the quick play of the ball. Luke Gardner was one of the players there, and he monstered young Logan, and Jacob's trying to plead with the referee that he had his elbow in that play the ball there. What did he say? He's lost it? Did he say he's lost it?
Kick the ball. He threw it at him.
Trying to get him for throwing the ball away, and he threw it at him. What's going to happen, isn't it?
I think Lukey Gardner's done some of his best work there. The experience has shown that. What's he saying? No, he has lost it. He threw it away in disgust, young Logan. I think he's saying that Luke rubbed his elbow over his melon. So anyway, a debate for another day. Here's Josh Scrimger gets the ball and he goes forward straight into number 16, Nelson Gardner, 35 metres out from his own line. This one out left and right play, it's been going okay, but a couple of real pressure passes there. One of them will go and miss in a minute. Here's Gretsch out from dummy half. He doesn't go too far and he's tackled right on the halfway line, and that was by TJ and Nelson Gardner. Ball goes down the left onto Luke Rees, onto Jacob Ellis. He gives a flat ball onto Reynard, and Reynard's tackled. It's the last. They're 41 metres out, 10 in from touch. He's injured, Reynard.
The big unit in the centre's hurt 2 in a row. Luke Gardner.
Yeah, you can't bet experience here. You've got a big unit out there. He's going to put it on the line. There's no risk of that.
Well, he's not going to play soft, is he? Absolutely, he's not going to play soft. Luke Gardner. It's not in his genes, mate.
When you got a quick little winger that showed you out once, you're not going to do it again, are you?
It ain't going to happen.
Well, look, the bottom line is, Matty and Schultze, is that if you're going to play against Luke Gardner, you've got to be prepared to play
Absolutely.
tough.
That's right.
He will either belch you, or he'll just try to find some way to do it.
He hits hard when he hits hard. There's no risk. That's where you're playing.
And I wasn't being detrimental when I said belcher. He is going to 100% belcher in a great one-on-one
tackle, mate, and he's good at it. Speed
it's
out
the last. Luke Rees is pressured. He's going nowhere. He needs to get it away onto Jacob Ellis. They need to put the ball into the thing. It's going nowhere. This is terrible for us.
Offside.
Accidental offside. What was
they
that?
thinking? That was terrible.
Here we go. That was as bad as it possibly gets for a last tackle option. There was players everywhere in front of Luke Rees. He had no option but to try and step off his right, and he gives it over the back to Jacob Ellis. It was basketball stuff.
We need to finish our set off here.
Meanwhile, there's that Benny Hill music again.
A bit of an update. Aberdeen 24-22 over Scone with 20 to go. Kick to come.
No way.
Well, Big Peter Fitzsimons did tell us that after the June long weekend, Aberdeen will be a better team. Anyway, Here's big Frank Paul, 35 metres out from the Denman line. Ball goes on to Will Newenhouse, short pass on to Watson, and Watson gets the ball, and he's tackled about 30 metres out from the Denman line.
We're not going forward.
They're going to come down this short left-hand side, and it does so on to Jordan Watson, short pass to Ethan Edwards. Tackled there, one-on-one strip.
You can't do that on the ground.
That's right,
No,
correct.
you can't do it on the ground.
Did
No,
he call held, but? Did he call held?
You can't do it on the ground.
he's on the deck. You can't do it on the deck.
Before you caught that tackle.
He's on the deck, champ. You can't do it on the deck.
Okay. Exactly. That's how.
You can't do it on the ground. That's what he said.
Can you teach the refs the places at least so we can listen?
I don't know how many times I've told Nick and Jesse. It frustrates the crap out of me.
They've got a repeat set out of this single.
You should at least give us a wave of my face and you. Is it working?
Yeah, Christ, Nick.
Can I ask you a quick question? If he would have unloaded it, would it have been play on?
No, not on the ground.
Off the ground.
No, but Gretchy's saying he didn't. He stripped it before he called held. Anyway, Singleton on the attack. They're going to find themselves 15 metres out onto Ethan Edwards. Always goes forward. He's into the arms of Benkovic and Isaac McCormick. Only 5 metres out from the Denman line. A try here will just about put paid to the Denman defence, and he does so. Brody Rinkin from dummy half. Shorts down, short side, scoots down that left-hand side and scores a try. Reaches out and scores, and caught a couple of players asleep.
I was about to say, Denman need to hold them out here to have any chance of this. I think that might be all over Red Raven now.
You never know. Well, again, we've seen matches won and lost in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's right.
And the way Singleton's playing at the moment, in terms of the way we talked about the first and second half, the go forward from Singleton hasn't been there for the second half. The Denman guys have really stepped up to the mark. They're using that left edge that was deadly for us against Singleton at Denman.
But even that said, we weren't going forward. We're going sideways, and it was all slow motion. We've got to get back to that going forward strong.
Bang, bang, bang.
Run hard, like the Scones and that, just run hard and go forward, and we'll go from there. And like Denman had done to us a couple of weeks ago.
Basic footy.
Forward.
Basic footy. Get your go forward first, then we do the shiny arse out wide.
The thing that's worrying, boys, is that it's not the first time Brody Rinkin's taken off.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
haven't learnt from that.
Hello,
from that.
lightning bolt moment. I mean, if it's not Will Newenhouse, it's Morgan Emity. If it's not Morgan, it's Tommy Johnson. If it's not Tommy Johnson, Matty, it's Brody Rinkin.
No, so 3 deadly players in that space, mate. 3 deadly players in that space.
And from 3 metres out, Brody Rinkin had no hesitation.
He had no intention of doing anything, but
not doing anything. I'm going myself, and he caught a couple of players dead set asleep. And I get back to that line defence talking, mate. Is there anyone on that line defence talking? I mean, they were dead set asleep. The markers should have been aware of that. They should have been down their haunches and getting up off the line. Even though it was 3 metres out, they should have been going forward harder there.
So that's where your fullback, and again, in Daniel, would have played well there, because he'd have been talking to him, move left, move right, etc. But Webby maybe haven't got that. And Will Newenhouse moves in and slots that to make that 28-16 with 9 minutes to go, boys.
Yeah, I just in the call I said a try here to Singleton will put paid to the Denman side. They've got to score twice now, obviously 2 converted tries at that. But just against the run of play, that Singleton try, if you ask me, there was a bit of a good set. And again, I must say, there was another penalty, and they were paid from a strip.
Absolutely.
What was that? That's about 5 or 6 penalties that Denman given away with a strip.
You'd have to go back and check them.
And whether we agree or not, Nick Martin is the referee with the whistle. So we've got to say, well, Nick's right, because he's running the show. Singleton with the ball, trying to get out of the red zone. Here's Jordan Watson. Jordan Watson goes forward, and he's tackled about 25 metres out from his own line by Pritchard. Options left and right. Brody Rinkin gives it on to TJ, on to Frank Paul. Frank Paul gives it on to Lukey Gardner, on to Ethan Coe, and he's tackled out there by Logan Ellis, just shy of the 40. Jacob over the top. Here's Frank Paul, runs from himself, gets through one, he's tackled just shy of the halfway line. It's the last. Brody Rinkin at dummy half, looking to give it out the back to Jordan Watson. He doesn't. He jumps out and puts the boot to ball himself. Goes down to Logan Ellis. Picks it up on his own 20, about 5 in from touch. Do not flirt with that sideline, please.
It's been their downfall today in terms of a couple of attack strategies there, Benko. wanting to run within those tram lines on the left side of the field.
Logan looks he's cramping up, Logan. That was a really slow play of the ball, and it helped. The only people it helped was the Singleton defensive line. Gretchen dummy half gets it onto Scrimger, and he goes forward straight into the arms of Nelson Gardner. Good bump and run from Scrimger. He gets up over the 30. He's Gretsch down the left onto Benkovic. Benkovic comes to two players and he's hitting a good tackle, but he goes forward. He tries to get up and plays it quickly, just shy of the 40. Onto Gretsch, onto Pritchard. Pritchard steps off his left. He goes forward. He's going to be pulled down just short of the halfway line. 10 in from touch.
I will tell you,
it's the last.
We're offside a mile, eh?
Oh, look at this.
We're way offside.
Yeah.
Here's Luke Ruiz. Real big high midfield bomb. It's going to come down to Ethan Coe, is it? He takes it well. 25 out from his own line. The Denman defence stood there and watched it before Luke Ruiz has tackled him about 42 metres out from his own line, just shy of halfway. Here's Mark
That's
Fogarty.
a great scoot from Fogarty.
Fogarty goes himself from dummy half. He's up over the halfway line. Geordie Mulheron. Here's Frank Paul goes forward, really full of running. Frank Paul, he's about 35 out from the Denman line.
Two tackles there back to where the ball was kicked from.
Here's Will Newhouse. Can they wake up to his running across field? If they don't get up in his face, he will make you pay.
You'd have time to send him a postcard. They haven't picked up on it yet.
Brody Rinkin at dummy half now over to 2J. 2J long pass out to Lukey Gardner. He's tackled there. Who's out there? I think it's Reynard, and over the top was somebody else. Here's Brody Rinkin from dummy half. Short side down to 2J. 2J gives a little inside ball onto Brody Rinkin. It's bounced into the Denman in goal, and Webby's picked it up, and Webby's just got over his own try line.
Good recovery from Webby.
Here's Logan Ellis out to, who's that? Tommy Mann?
Tommy Mann?
Yes, Tommy Mann's back on. I didn't see who went off, fellas, but anyway. Denman trying to get out of their red zone. Here's Benkovic. How many hit-ups has he had today, young fella?
Yeah, he's played
well, mate. A couple of set, Benko.
15 metres out from his own line. He was monstered by Dale Watson and Frank Paul. He gets up wobbly. Here's Josh Scrimger. Gets the ball, centre field. He gets up to his own 20. They need a breather here. Here's Adam Hamilton from dummy half. Takes off. He gets out of one. Gets out of two. Steps that keep him going. His post-contact defence is exceptional at times, Adam.
First contact at ground is at least 10 metres.
Look, they're all in front of him there. They're dead set all in front of him there, but it's let go. Gretchy puts a kick through it. Goes down to about the Singleton 30, and Will Newhouse picks the ball up. He's dancing around. He's got room to move. Will Newhouse. They're stay off him like spiders again, and before Luke Ruiz has pulled him down. 22 metres out from the Denman line. Here's Morgan Emity. Long pass out to Tommy Johnson. He's going to go. He gets through one tackle, gets through another, and before he fell down himself there, 12 metres out from the Denman line. Morgan Emity onto Frank Paul. Frank Paul's looking for a try. He goes sideways. He comes to Jacob Ellis. He dances around, gives it back to Morgan Emity, and Emity's looking to try and get through that Denman line. It's 10 metres out. Centre field options left and right. Brody Rinkin at dummy half. Gets the ball short past to Nelson Gardner. He goes forward and he's hit by three defenders there. Only a metre or two out. Plenty of options left and right. Where are they going to go? Brody Rinkin this time. Ball goes out the back. Short pass on to Dale Watson. He crashes over for a try. 32 points to 16. Just under 4 minutes to go. Well, that was too easy. That set of six. And again, that set of six was, I think, helped immensely there by that kick. And the Denman kick out of their own area was just pretty ordinary.
Yeah, no, I agree. She's the up and under straight up. I think they in two tackles, Singleton actually regained the position of where the ball was kicked from. But notwithstanding that, we looked at just before that last set there, Schultz, the Denver boys come out the line. They looked, I'm not going to say the beaten side, but they definitely didn't have the oomph or the go forward or the what we call the gusto to continue on that last set. I mean, we were still in the game at that point.
I still think that last try they had all the momentum.
Oh, no doubt.
Sealand goes and scores and they're off nothing. That breaks your heart.
Absolutely, absolutely.
To me, it just shows you now that they're just starting to.
It becomes an unwinnable game for them at that point, and then say, okay, what can we do to make it better? This is not what you want to do to make it better, because again, 32-16. That's not what the score should reflect. No. Same as the ladies gave them earlier. It was 6-0 at half time, ended up being 22-0.
Yep.
It just doesn't reflect the game. Yeah.
An update at Scone, guys. Scone Park. Scone 26 over Aberdeen 24 with 15 to go.
Jeez.
She sounds like a cracker match up there.
Doesn't it? Notwithstanding the one here.
That's at Scone Park too, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, 2 weeks ago, Aberdeen got absolutely belted up there on.
Well, I think they've averaged 40 points a game
that afternoon.
Yeah. definitely the form side. Will Newinghouse is going to strike this.
Just an update again. It's going 32 Aberdeen, 24-10 to go. So there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Will Newinghouse moves in to convert that try. He's actually hit the upright. He's finally missed one, Will. 32 points to 16. There'll be under 2 minutes to go on this restart here in the Bengalla Group 21 Round 7 clash. And it's been a good open game, but both halves, both sides have let themselves down and let the other team into it with just those 1%ers again.
Rubber the green on a couple of occasions there, Benko.
Yeah, look, Denman, well, I think we've counted 6 stripping penalties.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it has really come back to bite them hard, the Denman side. Here's a high kick-off from Adam Hamilton, goes down to Ethan Edwards, and Edwards goes into Benkovic and Luke Ruiz, and he's tackled about on his own 30. He gets up to play the ball. Morgan Emmy at dummy half onto Jordan Watson. Over onto Nelson Gardner. He charges into the Denman line. Good tackle around the legs by number 17. I can't see who. That's Carl Bowd. First run in A grade, I think, too, from Bowdy.
Oh, he's been on a couple of times. Actually, he played last time they played, and actually was quite an impact.
I'll just shut up. Frank
First
Paul gets the ball.
First run today, Benko.
Frank Paul gets the ball. He unloads it out the back and onto Nelson Gardner. They're up over halfway already, the Singleton players. Brody Rinkin at dummy half. Gives the ball out the left onto Jordan Watson. Inside ball. No, he shows and goes on to Morgan Emity. Morgan Emity gives it on to Fogarty. This looks a try all over. He's only got one to boot. He goes straight through. Poor old Zachy Webb had no chance whatsoever. I feel sorry for him because big Mark Fogarty, like a machine, was running, and Benkovic came late to try and stop him, but to no avail. It's now 36 points to 16. The kick will come from underneath the post, and that will wind us down to a full-time siren.
That was a nice play there.
Good play. I was going to say, Sean, so that was a good stanza of footy. Boys have shifted it wide. Nice and quick, had some good runners cutting in and running straight. This sideways crap.
Yep.
Running straight, which hold defenders square.
Yep.
Bang, bang. Nice little outside ball. Fogs has cleaned it up. He's only had Luke reached a good chase from Luke, but wasn't able to get there and stood way up. I mean,
Yeah, he wasn't going to stop him there.
no way.
That's
full time.
38 points to 16 here at Pirtek Park in the Bengalla Group 21 clash, boys.
Round
I
7.
thought Frank Paul was outstanding today. He really got involved. It's the best game I've seen him so far this 2019 season.
I can't even fathom what I've just seen and how the way he's played in the past few weeks. That's the way we want to see him play. I've got to give credit to Tommy Johnson. I thought TJ was awesome, but the young halfback that we spoke about, Jordan Watson, I think he answered the call. Brody Rinkin.
Yeah.
So next weekend, boys, Denman take on Scone. The match still going up there. We'll be calling that one, and the Tigers take on Singleton.
That's old boys' day up at Denman too.
So we've got Saturday, Sunday next week, but right here at Pirtek Park, what a match! 38 points to 16. Benko, what's changed from the last time they played? What did you see? What's your...
I don't know whether that win at Denman a fortnight ago put a bit of complacency on in the squad. I can't say it has, but they were a little bit lacklustre in that first half, really lacklustre, and that's where the damage was done. Way too many penalties in crucial field position.
Discipline.
And it gave Singleton too much time and really good field position for the Greyhounds to come and just apply the blowtorch on them. And in the end, Singleton were just too good.
Look, I think the stage was set in the first half, Benko, where forwards went forward, did their job, set that platform up early, and the shiny asses outside of that. Look, I thought Brody Rinkin played a great game. I think he played well in the halves. I questioned it, whether they were going to match up with the Denman guys. The guys really stood up to the challenge, and I think Rinkin, for me, is going to be one of the star players there. The front rowers in Jay Ferry, Frank Paul, and Nelson Gardner, I think are going to be the backbone of that win, and that's just my sort.
Benko, would you be fair to say that was the quietest game I've seen Andrew Pritchard play in a few years?
Very much.
Yeah, I agree, and I think Luke Ruiz didn't put himself into the game as much as I expected.
Not an impact.
I thought Luke Ruiz at halfback should have been involved a little bit more. But in saying that,
Frankie's just giving the kid his boots. How good's that?
That's awesome. We've seen it again. He done it the other weekend, so
he's got a good following, hasn't he?
Oh my God, that's what you want to see in Group 21. This is fantastic.
Yep.
He's come back playing in the Bush footy, giving back to grassroots like we're trying to promote. And after the game, the kids come up to him and he's just giving the...
There's a couple of kids down there looking for your boots, Reggie.
Mate, joggers. Mine are fast. They're underneath the washing machine, going flat out.
Still clean.
Boys, can I just say, I thought Will Newhouse was outstanding.
I agreed. Benke, mate,
That's my.
smashed it every
I thought
time.
Will was. He was really.
Wow.
In the first half, in particular, Will was the clear difference between